Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Good morning, Applejacks. How are you this morning? Hope everyone's having a great morning and a great trading session so far. Just having some technical difficulties, but we're here. Good morning, Amelia. How are you this morning? Why is the market so volatile? I would like to know. Has the market been this volatile all week? Like, we're already at almost 240,000 volume. That's a lot. Oh yeah, news on the session. We have 9 o'clock high impact news and 9:30 low impact news. It's been crazy all week. Got it. Was definitely wondering. Probably not gonna trade until after 9 o'clock when everything kind of at least attempts to slow down. This is a little much. Have a clean open today. News smooth. Got about a week till Ireland. Ooh, are you excited? I am only trading 2 of my accounts today. 1, 2, 3. That was a little spike. You're mentally unprepared. You need to get your life together ASAP, girl. How long are you going to be there? Amir, you're so descriptive today. $100 dinner spending limit. I'll be eating sushi, period. Not sure. Wait, why she don't want sushi in Ireland? It's not good? Not I eat sushi in India can be worse than. Touche. 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 Y'all, I'm so mad. I realized I forgot to use one of my credit cards once last year and they freaking closed the account. Thankfully, I still have 2 open, but it's the principle. Because I kind of have always wanted to keep 3. And I have a really good credit score. I have over an 800 credit score, and I don't want to open a new credit card because then it's going to make it drop. Even if it's temporary, it's just the mere fact that this happened to me a few years ago. That's why I was like, okay, I'm just going to use this card once a year. What I should have done was put it on one of my yearly expenses. Like put it on the account of one of my yearly expenses. What is what I should have done. Silly me. Ireland is more meat and potato diet. Not on meat and everything. For years and it's still open. Really? That's crazy. Yeah, I can't. It's a Chase card and I have 2 different Chase cards or whatever. And I went in to pay the bill for the one that I use for everything for my flight points. And when I looked under it, I'm like, this account is closed. What? Sure enough. And this happened to me on one of my city cards a couple of years ago too. I mean, look at this market. What do you want from me? It's just moving too fast for me to even think, especially after having as long off as I had. No thanks. You're doing a little too much, bud. So I said, hopefully it slows down a little bit after 9. But yeah, they kind of screwed me a little bit. It's cool. How's my neck? It's better. I don't have any pain. I did have a pretty decent headache yesterday, but all of the chest pain is gone. So basically, this is what happened. Sunday, I was supposed to braid my nephew's hair, but he ended up getting sick, so they didn't bring him. Cool. Well, I started noticing like probably early afternoon that I was having like this really weird um like muscle, I wouldn't call it tightness. It was like a soreness in my chest, like to the right of my chest bone. I would say like from my chest bone to maybe like halfway across, but it was only like above my boob. And so I was like, okay, well, that's kind of weird. And literally by the end of the night, I couldn't even go to the bathroom and use my right hand. I had to use my left hand because if I pulled my arm away from my body in any capacity, the most painful thing ever. My grandma was concerned. She's like, "Are you sure you don't know? You need to go to the ER." I'm like, "No, I know what it is. It's not like a heart related issue. This is not like chest pain and tightness from like heart attack type related symptoms." I could tell exactly what it was because whenever I would do this or put my head down in any capacity, I could feel the pull from literally my neck straight across, like right on down. So yeah, and then so I was doing some stretches, like I would hold on to the door frame and I would do like certain stretches, but really the best stretch was like certain ways that I would lay in the bed on my side, and I would do this like certain move that would kind of like hang my shoulder a little bit to like pull everything apart. And it was pretty painful, but I would like sit in that position for like 10 minutes just trying to loosen it up and everything. Keep getting data lags. But anyway, so that was a thing. And then the following day, so on Tuesday, I could sit at a desk, but it was just like sometimes it was like pretty painful just like breathing. So I was like, I don't really want to get on stream like that because it still hurts pretty bad. And it was more so in the center of my chest because it was a lot easier to stretch out here than it was like in the middle. So I spent all of Tuesday laying on like a heating pad throughout the day, stretching and stuff like that. It was a couple of times where I had the heating pad on my neck and like on my chest area at the same time, and that helped out tremendously. And by Wednesday, I was good to go. I had like a little bit of residual pain on Wednesday, but not very much. By Wednesday, I was fine. And then today, it's like it never happened. I don't know. Like I've always dealt with like headaches, chronic headaches, pain and stuff from my neck. But I don't think I've ever, no, I'm lying. I probably had like the issue with it radiating to my chest probably like once or twice in the past. It doesn't happen often. It's probably because I catch it before then. And I also just don't, I think it was the straight hours of studying that I did for like 4 days straight that just really screwed me up. Big time. Big time. But I'm better now. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. All right, news is coming. Like I said, hopefully things slow down a little bit. Um, hold on one second. Good morning, Diego. How are you this morning? It is nuts. That's why I asked earlier. I'm like, has the market been like this all week? Cause this is a lot. Like, I don't even feel comfortable really trading, but because I'm not trading my PAs, it's like whatever. Plus, I have to trade at least the Apex account because I'm not paying a renewal on that account. So, but I just want to wait until after 9. A few of the props have said halt on metals trading for now. Uh-oh. Probably because so many people are getting payouts because of the metals. I mean, people have to understand the props are looking, they have so much back end data. When you see a drastic increase, probably in payouts and stuff like that, and you see that there's a drastic increase in the instrument being traded, it's just like I'm pretty sure that's how they figured out the whole bond issue. What was that, last year? The year before? Whenever that was? Like, look at this. Good morning, Priya. Thank you. How are you this morning? Bother to look for setups with high ATR applies down the neck. I'll stop all these. Yeah, I feel you, Diego. That's why I said I was waiting until after 9, but doesn't look like it's slowing up right now. That's not good for me. They're all whining, yeah. Still have to make money too. Exactly. Good morning, Trenches. How are you this morning? Good morning, Paul. How are you this morning? Yes, I'm back. I feel so much better. So much better. One of the nights, let me tell y'all something. When I'm in so much pain that I can't even play the game, we have a problem. I thought I could play the game because when I play with a pillow in my lap because I play in the same setup or whatever. So I had the pillow in my lap and I'm thinking like, okay, well, my arm is not like far away. I have the controller right here in my lap. My arm is not moving, but I couldn't even do that. That's when I said, oh, I'm spending a whole day on this goddamn on heating pad. You hear me? Baby. But no, it was just not a good time. I had to do laundry. What was that? I think it was Sunday. And I had to put, like, normally when I do my laundry, I just take everything downstairs. Even though we have a laundry chute, like my mom uses the laundry chute. And yeah, when it's like my own stuff, if it's not towels or something, I just take it downstairs. Well, I could not do that. I had to throw the blanket down the chute, and then my mom had to actually carry the comforter for me because I couldn't like wrap my arms around it since that pulled my arm away from my body. I felt like a little damsel in distress, y'all. It was so bad. It was so bad. What game? 2K and Apex mainly. My friends have been trying to get me on Arc Raiders. That game is so ass, so ass. I haven't even played it and it's ass. And I hate my friends like, you didn't even play it. I don't need to play it. When I watch y'all play it, it's ass. It's entertaining to see y'all get shot by people, but I don't like okay, this is the thing. Being a gamer as long as I've been a gamer, like you don't get it's 2026. You don't get to come out with games that have like less than great graphics, things like that. It's like there's just a certain standard. This is 2026. Like, I just pulled this out of my closet the other day to show my friend. See this? We are on 2K26. You see this? I've been playing 2K for 26 years. I still got my Live 97 on the computer. Can't even use the shit, but I still got it. But yeah, like I've just been gaming for so long. And I think what screwed me up with that game was so many people compared it to The Division, and I was a Division head, okay? So I just was, and I get why they do it because it is a looter shooter. Excuse me. But we're not going to compare that to The Division. We're just not. We're not. When I die on The Division, if I'm in the DZ or something, I get all my shit back. Okay? If I went in there with something, I still have it. I don't have to go farm for more materials so I can make the craft something from the blueprint because I died with it. And no, we're not doing that. It's just too much. And I don't like the reticle on the game. I don't like the way you see hit markers. Like, I just hate everything about it. That's when you know you're in a lot of pain. Exactly. Exactly. It's freezing in here. Yeah, baby, it was a mess. Okay, it was a mess. It was. Okay. Are you gonna slow down? Can I take like one trade, bro? So annoying. Is it? Oh yeah, it is. Something else I've been wanting to do potentially is increase the what do you call these things? These wrinkles just a little bit to prevent these here. Now, because I did change it to where my stop loss doesn't trail, I would still stay in the trade, but I would prefer to just not even see it. That makes sense. Um, I think the sweet spot is like a on Nasdaq at least. I think the sweet spot is, I feel like it's 30 that I have to be on to not get this in here. Because that would be the same for like here. I wouldn't have that in there. It's mainly to prevent like these little 3-bar pullbacks that, but at the same time, depending on what the setup is, if it doesn't matter because I would still be in the trade, I guess it's whatever. But it's a thought process. That's my thought process. And it's too many 1-bar pullbacks, especially the more volatile the market is. It's just, who wants to trade this? I don't. I don't at all, actually. Now we're pushing new lows. I'm really probably only going to take a counter trend, no interest reversal more than anything. But I wouldn't be able to with the, if it sets up now, I wouldn't be able to. This was too big of a swing right there. All right. I don't know what time I fell asleep last night, but it must have been late because I've been yawning since I woke up. I don't like that one. Let's, where is... Oh, it didn't set up. I just want to take one decent trade. Whole brokerage red. Well, that's not surprising. I think I forgot who I was watching yesterday, but they were talking about how, was it the daily chart? See, that's the Dow. One day. Yeah, I think it was the daily chart. It's just on a downward spiral. We just broke the, what was that, yesterday? We broke the low of January 21st, which started the last upswing. Okay. And the a 1 bar pullback is what does it. Like I just like what? 2 1 bar pullbacks give these crazy moves, I guess. I freaking guess. Oh man. I just listen, that's all I got. So annoying. So freaking annoying. Like what the. Oh no. Y'all, I pushed that button all the way up here. That's how you know the volatility is ridiculous. There was a lag on my screen. Whatever. So that would have been a win. That's insane. I would like to get off now. Cause what? Like as soon as I saw the bar was closing and I saw that this bar was low on volume, I clicked the damn button. How did I get in all the way down here? Whatever. What the fuck ever. That's so annoying. Not me getting screwed. I waited all this time just to still get screwed. And this is why I took the Tradeify account off, because it's basically fresh since I got it back to Full drawdown. That's ass. That's a win right there. So ass. So ass. So ass. Sick of it. This is so annoying. Why do we even trade, guys? Why? What's the point? What the fuck is the point? For the fun. This shit ain't fun, Pred. The hell is wrong with you? Not read. For the dream, VJax, fuck that dream. Fuck that dream. What is we talking about? Oh my goodness. Like, this is so nasty and ugly, and I'm over it. Like, I should have just took the rest of the week off. See, this kind of like today is kind of like how if I don't start trading within like the first 5 minutes or so of me supposed to be on the charts, I just don't want to trade that day. Like, I don't want to start trading later in the session, right? So me starting later in the week reminds me of that. Like, I should have just took the rest of the week off. This shit is annoying. Now, I could just increase my wrinkle size, obviously. But I've also been in the process of trying to like figure out how I can go back to basically volume only and say screw order flow, which I didn't use order flow on that particular trade. Honestly, with the no interest reversals, I don't really honestly need order flow at all. I just have to look at the volume of the swings and that's it. And that's how I pretty much knew that this would be a decent trade. But I'm trying to figure out if my other setups could be similar where I could just use volume and not use order flow. And so that's kind of, even though I was injured, I wasn't just doing nothing. I really don't want to have to use order flow, you guys. I don't want to care about the microtransactions and all that other stuff because at the end of the day, like, I feel like because Rinko's compressed time and volume and all of those other things, I should be able to do this without seeing the microtransactions. Like, but at the same time, do you need to know what's going on with the micro auction behind the scenes that causes the results on the screen? I don't know. And that's what I've been pretty much trying to figure out lately. Because I had like 2 or 3 good weeks with just volume only. It was incomplete, but I liked it. I like the fact that I did not really care about order flow, and I would like to go back to not caring. Order flow sucks. It's good, but it sucks for me. Just don't want to do it. I just don't. Trapping and we're seeing this week. This gains trading with the volatility arguments creating because we may have a few years of stagnation next. You know what? I'd rather have a little. No, I'm not gonna lie. It is nice having the volatility while he's in office, but sometimes it's just like my nigga. Oh, sorry for the non-blacks out there. My mans. Can we just tone it down just a little bit? We don't need all of this. I'm not holding back today. Good morning, don't save her. Throw the whole market away at this point. I'm over it too, baby. Let's be over it together. Cause what the fuck? Like, honestly, the average day has like by 9:30 in the morning, we might see 175, 180,000 volume. That shit was already there when I opened up my fucking charts. Why? Why? I guess nobody beautiful. Trenches. But no, for real, like, I'm just so over it. I am. There's gotta be better. No, I just know there's a way for me to simplify this, and I got a couple of ideas in my mind, but everything that I've been learning in the process of learning order flow and overcomplicating things, I do think has helped me to understand how and why I can simplify it. It's just a matter of how do I do it while still having a good edge, while still being able to scalp, because I might increase my Renko size, obviously, because this volatility is a bit much. Now, if I don't have to care about order flow, the volatility is not that bad. But I do think that I have to go back to like looking at the volume tick mismatches. I'll give you guys a really good example. It was back here somewhere. It was when the market turned up. Where is it? Here. No, that's a little bit different because we had a shorter. Let me see. There was one. Here. All right. So you can see there's a pretty high volume bar pushing the market up, right? So there's a lot of transactions here from the buyers and sellers, and eventually the buyers want cool, boom. All right. So if you notice on this pullback, there's only 11 bars or 14, almost 14 and a half points on the pullback, but there's 17 and a half points, almost 17 and a half points on the previous pullback, right? So that's a more shallow pullback, which would make you think like, okay, well, the buyers they tried really hard. But they still weren't able to push the market very far. However, look at all of the volume in this swing up compared to the previous one. That's a volume tick mismatch because there's more volume pushing up but less movement than the previous time that we pushed up. And I usually pay attention to that, but recently I've been trying to figure out, does that matter or not? I feel like if I go back to the volume tick mismatch, whether it's divergence or pullbacks and stuff like that, I think if I do that combined with something else that I've been learning about, like looking at the volume down here inside of the swing, I think that I can make something work with just volume only. I think one thing that I have been missing, there's a certain component like Oh, this is a good one here, actually. So on this swing down, the highest volume bar is in the middle of the swing, right? Now, one thing that you have to remember on Rinkos is, well, at least with the setting that I'm using right now, a reversal bar is 40 ticks. A bar inside of the swing, it only needs to go 2 ticks to continue the swing. So when there is more volume in a 2-tick bar than there is a 40-tick bar, that lets you know that like it's a delayed response. It's almost like the sellers were like, oh, we don't really care right now. Oh shit, now we care here, kind of thing. Which, if you look at that green line, it kind of makes sense because that should be, yeah, on a lower high. So that's kind of a resistance level. So it kind of makes sense why they care right there, right? But that doesn't matter. When you have a delayed response like that, most of the time the next reversal bar is not going to work out that well. It's just not. Now on divergence it can, just kind of depending, but a lot of times on, at least for pullbacks, it's not good. You want the most effort to be in a 40-tick reversal bar because that's where the majority of the transactions were, and that's where the turn of the swing is. That is the reversal bar that ends the previous swing. So that's something that I've been learning the last couple of days. So I think if I just combine that with the mismatches, I'll be better off. You like my hair? Oh, thank you. I just took down my 2 braids because I'm about to wash my hair later. But yeah. Y'all ain't say nothing. Wait, we ain't say nothing. What? Shorting the market seems like a good idea, but every good idea went bad. So no, for real. Volatility is bad the day before NFP. So when I put the profit into long term, Chanel was here so I could act. Girl, call for an ICT rent. Yeah, what is he up to? I think the last time I heard about him, he was I think maybe a Nutty stream or something. This was like a couple of weeks ago, but that was the last thing I heard anybody say anything about him. Enough for CSC. What CSC mean? What the hell is CSC? I'm a little slow. He said, oh no. Oh. Oh, my bad. I'm like, what am I missing here? Oh man. Trenches, I didn't even know. So wait. I didn't even know that you do any short-term stock trading at all. Well, I tell you what. I thankfully over the weekend before I got hurt was I had went back through my whole data set of the 1800 trades. And I had went through and put arrows. Like I use a certain color for which swing the mismatch happens on. And I'm going to look at that because I think that I can make something work. And see if I can tomorrow go into it. I still have an order flow chart open over here. I haven't looked at it this whole time though. But I'm going to see if I can make something work with it. Hopefully I can. Because I legit don't want to do this the way that I've had to do it recently. But we're going to see. But I really think that my bread and butter, honestly, is going to be these no interest reversals. Like this is one right here. 15 is less than 20.25 is less than 24.5. Easy sale. I just wasn't looking at the market anymore because I just frankly don't give a shit right now. But I think those are going to be my bread and butter. And I think that divergence will be once I figure a couple of things out too. And then I'll be good to go from there. Good morning, Tyrannix. How are you this morning? You and Link are hanging in there. It'll be a year in April. Girl, that's a long time in my book. I'm not interested at the moment, but maybe in the future, Taryn. Right now, I don't really care about growth on my channel. To be honest with you, my focus is trading. And if people come, they come. But when you're in the process of trying to figure things out, the last thing you want is more exposure, because I will cuss a motherfucker out who pisses me off. So we like to keep it small with our small group. And eventually, once I care about growing my channel, then I'll care about growing my channel. But right now, I don't care. He almost didn't make it past January, though. Ooh, all right. Paladin. No? Yeah, it's a no from me, Applejacks. That is not a link anymore. She just calls him that, child. That's all. He ain't actually one anymore. What about it, Applejacks? Yeah, I don't. A year, that's love. Yeah, I don't. No, I don't remember that person. What happened to them? Because it sounds like you about to tell us some tea. Had a prop firm with Omar and Kimmel. I don't even know who those people are. Is that in the future space or Forex? Interesting. He's in engineering school. Well, you want to know something? And this is no shade to him. But if you got a bunch of payouts and you're not trading anymore, and now you're in school to have a career, we're not going to call it a job, it's still a career. That says that he probably got very lucky on his payouts, because there is no way in heaven's hell I have spent 10 years as a nurse. I finally figured trading out in my own way that makes sense. I create edge, whatever. You think for any moment I'm going to go back and work as a nurse? Now, I've always said no matter how much money I make as like in trading, I would probably eventually go back to nursing just to work like one shift a week, one shift every 2 weeks. And that's just because at the end of the day, nursing is still my passion. It's just I don't like what healthcare stands for anymore. So it's very difficult for me to work in healthcare because I'm just over the way that they treat the employees, to be honest with you. But there's no way on heaven's hell you would ever catch me back in school for any career if I'm making it in trading. Listen, mark my words. Now, if I take a class here and there, I want to learn something about accounting or finance or business or, whatever. If I need something because there's just something that I want to do, like it's one thing if you just are chasing or fulfilling like a dream or passion or something. Other than that, no. Bitch, no. VJX is your new fave. You little heathen. And to do engineering of all things. I did. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of things I've wanted to do in my lifetime, and I could have, but I just didn't give a shit. But there's just no, like, listen, there is no possible way I would ever, like, because the thing is, and I know that there are some people who are like, oh my God, you should never make trading your full-time income. It's just too all over the place, da da da. Well, there's way too many people who do it outside of prop firms. It can be done, but if you are not the person that's willing to put in the work because you just think it can't be done, or because you're profitable, so you don't really give a shit about actually being a good trader, then don't discourage the people who actually want to become good traders, who are in the process and on the journey of becoming good traders. Don't try to discourage them because you won't put in the work, right? There are people who are like, oh no, like trading is not to buy your time back from corporate America and blah blah blah. Like, this is just supposed to be a hobby. This is just to pay your bills here and there. Like, no, bitch. I'm trying not to have to work for somebody for the rest of my life. Actually, like, what are you talking about? And a lot of times it's like bigger affiliates where, like, okay, well, never mind, I'm not gonna say that. But anyway, no, if I'm trying to buy my time back from corporate America, if you think I'm gonna go back to corporate America, for what? Unless, again, I'm just trying to fulfill some kind of dream that I've had, which basically I've fulfilled every dream. I've done a lot in my lifetime. I have no desire to ever have to rely on corporate America ever again in my entire life of entirety. Okay? Okay? I'm over the railroad. I'm not even 2 months back. I'm already thinking about taking my mental. I swear. Trenches. And I think that, like, especially when you know that you're learning a skill that can pay you forever, it's like, why am I here? You feel like you're wasting your talents, right? Like, even when I was in network marketing, right? I loved network marketing. I didn't like the networking part of it because I don't even really like people, but I was very good at what I did, right? And one of my mentors told me actually two of my mentors, multimillionaires who I can call right now and they'd answer the phone. They both basically told me, like, one said, you're not going to last long in this industry, not because you're not good at it, but because you are well beyond this. And it was crazy because I'm like, you're a multimillionaire because of this, and you still do it to this day in your 50s. Why will you tell me that? Like, but I understood what he was saying. Like, you have so many talents well beyond having to deal with people. Why deal with people? You don't even like people. And the other one told me, he was like, one day you're going to realize that you are much bigger than what this industry can give you. Leave it. So I did. And there is no, like, I've gotten so many offers to do so many things. And I gave up my equity in a multi-million dollar. Actually, I think the company hit $1 billion in revenue after 10 years. I didn't want to have to do things that I did not want to do because I was over that industry. You could not pay me. Nobody could pay me to go back to that industry ever. And that's how I feel about corporate America. Once you figure out how to fuck to stay away from it, why the hell would you go back to it? He got lucky on payouts, probably spent a bunch of that shit, didn't invest it well, and that's why he's in school. I don't care if you want to be an engineer your whole life. Ain't no way I get $500,000 in payouts and I go to engineering school. Hell no. No. More so that he's not talking about trading anymore at all. Yeah, he ain't trading. He realized that it was luck. And that's no problem. Everybody gets lucky here and there, right? Well, not everybody, but some people get lucky. But and honestly, that's my only gripe with the prop firm industry is that people are so focused on payouts that they are not trying to get better. Like the more payouts they get, if you notice, and this is no shade to anyone, if you notice with certain content creators, the more payouts they get, the bigger they become as affiliates, the worse their trading gets. Not because they're still trying to figure things out, they're making adjustments to the, like they get worse. Right? Because once you become profitable, well, not everyone. Once some people become profitable, like who wants to sit here and still try to figure things out? I figured out enough of how to get payouts by being good enough for 5 days, good enough for 8 days, good enough for 10 days. Like, and who cares? I have $40,000 a month coming in affiliate commissions. Who gives a shit how trash I am? I literally just told Amelia a couple of days ago, I'm like, there's so many people that I started watching because I just genuinely enjoyed seeing other people on a journey to become better. But some people are very difficult to watch now because you can tell no matter what comes out of their mouths, they don't care about getting better. If there's ever a time where I'm not actually trying to get better as a trader, I will just stop being here. Because, like, no. I don't care how much I make in affiliate commissions, how much I make in payouts eventually. I want to be a good trader. And some people I just can't watch anymore because they don't give a shit. They just don't. And it's so annoying. Corporate America sucked the life out of me. Me too. Well, they're making loads on affiliate commissions. Absolute. Listen. I knew that people were making a shitload of affiliate commissions when Methodical Man, who had a smaller channel, was sharing how much he was making in affiliate commissions. And I'm like, I could not imagine what the bigger affiliates are making. I think at one point when he had like maybe 6,000 subscribers or maybe like 5,500 subscribers, I think he had hit like his first 5-figure month in affiliate commissions. And I'm like, that says a lot. A lot. Good morning, lovely Cherry Rose. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the sub. Good morning. And yeah, it's just, I mean, a lot of them, once they start having all of that coming in, baby, be good for what? What's the point? I like to see how they go from bad trading to getting paid. Most of them just saw the affiliate money and said, great, now I made it. Yep. Just goes how much affiliate they're making. That means they're making a ton of it. Oh, absolutely. Listen, when you make 5 figures in a month, because, you know, some of them will disclose it after they're no longer a partner with the company. If you are making 5 figures a month on My Funded Futures, a company that not very many people like even talk about like that, when you really think about it, most people are, you know, they put Apex up there and TPT and Tradeify, Lucid now, you know, some of those companies, Trade Day. Not very many people talk about My Funded Futures like that. And My Funded Futures, I think, has one of the lowest commission rates. I think it's 5%, which I think actually Tradeify has 5% on some of the, I think Tradeify is like 5% on some, 10% on some. I don't know. I don't really pay attention. But if you make 5 figures on My Funded Futures, I can only imagine how much you're getting paid on the commissions with the companies that people trade the most. Yeah, he was making 10K. Yes. Damn. It's a, and the thing is now I will say this. I don't like how some people will, hold on, because I'm going to take I'm not journaling today, but I'm about to take a screenshot of the one trade that I took whenever that was, that I got hold, just so I can have the, because I'm not journaling at all. Won't do it. So I can have the screenshot of what both charts look like. I lost my train of thought. Oh, one thing that I don't like is how some people will be like, oh, well, if you make more from affiliates than you do trading, it's a problem. Not really. And the reason why is because you're just one person. Right? If you have a couple of people who like you enough to primarily use your code and no one else's, and you know, they're buying accounts, like you could have like a good, I would say 20 to 30 people who are using your code consistently, you can make some decent money, right? 2-6. Oh, I'm slow. 22. So when you have like thousands of views on your videos, even if it's just 1,000 views per live stream and things like that, you have a lot of people that are using your codes. You cannot possibly sit here and think that someone's affiliate commissions are not going to overtake their trading commissions, especially if they're not somebody who's trading a whole bunch of accounts, or if they're trading a whole bunch of accounts but they use smaller size. Obviously it's going to take them longer to get to payout. So I don't like that thought process that some people have. 2-5 trade. But yeah, I just don't like when people say that, because that doesn't even make sense. Doesn't at all. See you, Pred, but don't think you're a good trader either. Exactly. Now that part, yes. I just want people to use what common sense they may have to understand that if there are hundreds of people who are using your code, or no, not even that. If you get hundreds of sales per month per company, you aren't buying hundreds of accounts per month per company. So yeah, you just can make a lot of money doing it. You absolutely can. Like, I'll tell you guys, with Tradeify, right? When I first became a Tradeify affiliate, because remember, people ask me, am I an affiliate for different companies? They'll inbox me and stuff, and I'm just like, no, I don't even have accounts there. So for a long time, I wasn't even an affiliate with Tradeify because I couldn't trade with them because of the micro scalping rule that they changed and then changed back recently. But anyway, so when I first became a Tradeify affiliate, I was getting commissions immediately, right? Which made sense because a couple of people asked me about becoming an affiliate with them. Well, then Tradeify decided to change. I think it was the URL. I think it was like just the actual website URL. And so in the process of that, they claimed that they like, all right, whatever customers you had, we transferred the cookies to your customer. No, they fucking didn't, because you can't go from I think in my first month I probably got like, I don't know, maybe like 25 sales the first month, right? How do you go from that to literally nothing after the website changed? Literally nothing from July to November. That doesn't even make sense at all. So they did that, and then I just started getting commission. I started getting sales again. Like, I think I got maybe a couple of sales at the end of November. I got some in December. It wasn't that many. And then January just went nuts. And then I think like this month so far, I've probably gotten like maybe 20 sales or something already so far. But I don't even talk about Tradeify. I'm gonna tell you, I think that the majority of like the sales that I get from Tradeify, besides people who, watch my streams and stuff, is probably from that Tradeify video that I did. I think it was last year, where I was comparing eval to funded to straight to funded. Once I put Tradeify in the name of that video, because I didn't at first, because it wasn't about Tradeify, it was just a general comparison. But because I was using Tradeify's accounts as an example, somebody was just like, why don't you just put it in the name? I'm like, I guess might as well. And I did. And then the video just started kind of taking off a little bit, which is nice, especially because like Apex was obviously my highest commissions, right? I think the highest I ever made in 1 month with Apex was like 3,500. It was only one time. I was consistently getting about $1,000 or something like that for a nice little while. But then, with the eval bans and just other shit that they do, the commissions go down with it. And then also because they will do shit like, oh, let's give this big streamer over here a 90% code for just them. Well, when they do that, they take away, like, obviously, I don't care. If somebody normally uses my code and somebody else has a 90%, go get your goddamn on 90%, baby. We love a sale, right? But when they do that, they take the sales away from the smaller content creators, because now that person ends up being coded to that person unless that person puts your code back in on the next set of purchases, right? And so just with different stupid shit that they've done, my commissions have gone down over there, which is whatever. I think last month it was under, I'm pretty sure it was under 1,000. I'm quite sure, for like the last probably 3 or 4 months. But it is what it is. Like, that's part of the game, right? It's part of the game. Tradeify is so full of crap. They are. I know for some, the affiliate wasn't working, so that, yeah. And then, so what screwed me up was like, I use link shorteners. And so because I didn't pay for the like pro version of the link shortener, I couldn't change the link. So I think I might have did like a 30-day free trial or something, so I could change the link, so I could keep my actual link and just change the backlink or whatever. But yeah, they claimed that nothing happened. I said, there is no way that your first month you get 25 sales and then you get nothing for 4 months. No, you guys did more than you claimed that you did. You're lying. And then when they did that, they didn't transfer over like your sales. So when you logged into your affiliate dashboard, you couldn't see any of your sales. So this is what I did. So because I'm now eligible for my first payout with Tradeify as an affiliate, I go and I look and I'm like, well, where is the commissions from before you change the website? So thankfully I don't delete emails. So I had to go through all of my emails from last year and find all of the sales emails, put it in, I swear to God, put it in an Excel spreadsheet on what the sale amount was, what the commission was, and I totaled it up. And I'm like, okay, well, this is what it says my pending payout is. This is what I earned from when I first started getting sales again in November until January 31st. So I'm missing this amount over here because you guys didn't add why should I have to go back to make sure that you're going to pay me what I'm supposed to be paid? When you guys changed the system over, you should have automatically, whatever somebody's sales were, the pending commissions, whatever, should have been transferred over. You guys should have imported all of the sales in so that people could see everything. You have no access to the previous dashboard to see anything at all. So thankfully I reached out and I was like, hey, this is my pending commission. This is what I actually, made, but this is what I should have from the previous dashboard or whatever, the previous website. So they went and added it in. But had I not said anything, I would have been short like $150. Before I jumped on trading, I was knee deep in digital markets. So in finances, trading, affiliate commissions. Yeah, they are. Like, I know a lot of girls who are still doing like budget videos and stuff from when I was doing it back then. Actually, one girl, she's on, I forget what ad it is. It's for one of those little like fintech companies that has like an app, I think. I saw her on like an ad for that, and it was another one. You can make some really good money in the finance industry, which is why you have so many scammers and shady people in this industry, because they know that, like, in the grand scheme of things, most people want to learn how to make more money. You know, they want to be better with finances. They might not care about certain things, like most people don't care about their credit till they need it. Most people don't care about budgeting and learning about finance and money management until they're broke or hoed or like in a desperate situation or whatever. But then you do have the group of people that like, okay, I'm not down and out or nothing, but I do want to be better. I do want to learn about things like that. And that's why you have so many shady people in this goddamn industry, because you can make so much money. So much. And it sucks because then you have people who are in it for the right reasons, who genuinely want to help people, who are genuinely on this journey and just trying to share their journey with people and stuff like that. And that's kind of like why I don't really consume a lot of trading content like that, because there are so many people who like literally go to some of these people's channels who make like for real trading content, not like, you know, live stream it, not that. I'm talking about actual trading content where they're teaching people. If you go, just open up their page to their videos on their page, you're going to see this is the only ICT video you need. This is the only ICT video you need. Bitch, you said that 12 times last year. So the 12 videos are the only one I need, or the one that you put out the first one, or the fifth one, or the seventh one? Like, which one is the only ICT video I need? First of all, most ICT content creators don't actually trade ICT. They just use the name because they know that helps them to grow. But 3,500, meet your new trader. Paul, please. Ocala and Tradeify CEOs back and forth on X. Whoa! Wait, what? Wait, he banned him from Tradeify? See, I only know who Ocala is because Alpine talks about him all the time and says how he's like the best trader that he knows. I know that he trades live with TPT, and he does really, really well. Now, from I feel like one of the streams that I was on, Alpine was saying that he's a good trader. I forgot how. I feel like he said that he scalps for like maybe, well, I guess 15 points. It depends on the person. I feel like he said 15 points, or was it 7? It was somewhere around like 10. Somewhere around there on average. I feel like he said that's how many points he goes for, and he goes for really big size. But yeah. Now why you bring my line to save yourself? Because it's the truth. The person I learned from keeps the ICT videos because it brings them views. Exactly. You don't even trade ICT no more. Yeah, he was talking trash about Tradeify on socials instead of DM. Oh. Issue with X. Oh wait, how they handled it with Project X? Is that what he's talking about? Yeah, I don't understand why you don't just especially when you know the owner. When you're trading in that manner, you know the owner, just message them. Like, why? Okay, this is my thing. if you're gonna go public about it in that manner, then you kind of already know what the consequences are going to be, and you can't really be upset about it. You can't. Especially when, like, you have a certain reach. Now, being critical is one thing, but like trash talking and doing certain other things is another. Oh, give them your side. What's going to happen when you exactly, because now you're trying to cause an uproar. They can utilize the fact that, like, hey, you have actual reach, and our sales can go down because of that. Like, people listen to you. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I was vocal about the way that Apex handled certain stuff, and I didn't back down from it. I mean, I told them myself, it's only one of me. I told them myself, like, when the Apex Discord was still, even when it was shut down and we still had like the mod channel and stuff like that, I told them out of my own mouth, hey, you lied. Hey, you did this on purpose. Because at the end of the day, it's what it looked like to me. And if it wasn't the truth, why'd you do it? Why? Where he said he made $4 million from affiliates, but he took a hit when Top Step. Yeah, Diego. Now, see, he was making a lot as a Top Step affiliate, though, because you have to remember Top Step doesn't really do sales like that. And Top Step has a pretty big reach, and Top Step has been around for a long time. There are a lot of people like smaller channels who primarily trade Top Step. You might see them trade like My Funded Futures here and there, but they don't really trade like a lot of the other companies like that. Some people are just starting to really be put onto TPT and things like that. But a lot of there's a huge Top Step community. And see, one thing I don't like is when you use affiliates to build your business and then you hoe them in the end. And I think that when Top Step made the decision to hoe their affiliates, and then you turn around, you get rid of everything except Project X, which is ass, and then you're trying to create your own brokerage on top of that, it's just not a good look. It's not a good look at all. It's not. Almost started streaming instantly. Apple Jackson, don't laugh at me. I said he made millions from his business. Yeah. Not had you contemplating your whole life decision. PW makes $1 million a month. Yeah, PW is on another level. I know that a couple of people that have like been around him off stream have said like he's a lot more calm and things like that. Now, for me, I've always maintained that the biggest reason why I don't watch him is just because I can't take all the yelling and screaming. Like, and I get that it's his persona online, but I can't take it. But that is entertainment for some people, and it brings him money. Like, for me, I just can't. There are just certain things that I'm just not willing to do to grow. I mean, like I told the dude earlier, like, I know how to grow my channel. I don't want to. Like, y'all know y'all one friend, Online Safety. I'm pretty sure y'all remember him. If I had 10 of him just because I'm growing my channel and having them just like getting on my goddamn nerves, I'm already irritated while I'm in the process of learning and unlearning and figuring out what matters, what doesn't matter, what can I like uncomplicate, what do I have to keep a little bit complicated. I don't want to have to deal with 10 online safeties. I don't. All right? I just don't. So for me, I'm just not going to do certain things. But even once I get everything down the way I want to, There's other things that I can't do to grow my channel. We've talked about this before. I'm not a white man. There's a certain level of safety I don't have in that I can't put across my screen that I've made $300,000 in payouts this year. I can't do that. But guess what? That helps to grow the channel. Being a complete degen helps to grow some people's channels. Like, I've literally watched as people will have like maybe 100, let's say they have 150 people watching, but they're on tilt today and now they have 350 people watching. I'm not going to do that either. So I'm going to be the boring channel to a lot of people. And because there are certain things that I cannot just plaster across my screen, there's just a certain level I'll never get to, and I'm okay with that. And at the end of the day, I'm still a black woman. It is what it is. And you just got to be okay with it. Can we trading with Scalp? You bought the money a G-Wagon. I saw that. When I'm consistent, I'm out. Unless there's value coming in there, yeah. Cammy has been doing better, I think. I think he mainly trades, the Asia session or London session using volume profile. A lot of controversy. What is Zeusy? I'm not going to tell you what I thought I read at first. What you're playing? Yes, can you tell? No, I'm just playing. No, for real though. Like, and I've told some of my friends this, right? Because you see this in streaming, even outside of like day trading, right? Like attracts like, okay? There are not a lot of non-degen traders in the trading community. Let's start there. So for most people are not looking for advice or how to get better. They're looking for an accomplice. So what I mean by that is they're a degen and they're trying to find other degens who are actually getting paid so that it can make them feel like, okay, well, they're a degen and they've made $200,000 this year. They go on tilt and they've made $300,000 this year. So it's okay for me to go on tilt. It's okay for me. That's what they're looking for. Let's say I end the year with 200,000 in payouts. Let's just say there's still a certain amount of exposure I'm not going to get because I'm not a degen. I also trade using a chart type nobody uses in this space, really. I think Kellyanne's like the only person I know who uses Rinkos that, makes content or whatever, and she don't even make trading content like that. But also, like, I noticed, let's say in the gaming community, first of all, let's start here. A lot of people in the Black community, just as a whole, we think that trading is a scam. Investing is a scam to a certain extent. We are in financial positions to not be able to do certain things. So there is a certain level of support that you are not going to reach because in general, this is not you guys, because Amelia's not Black. Diego's not Black, right? But there's just a certain amount of reach that you're not going to have because, like I said, like attracts like. There are some really good gamers out here, but because they are not white men or they're not white women who are sitting on camera with their titties up to their necks, they're just not going to get the exposure. It is what it is. And that's just something that comes with the territory that you just have to understand. And it just is what it is. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. All you can do is just be yourself. Understand that you're not going to have that level of exposure and you have to be okay with it. Because for me, I don't give a damn about being a big person, a big content creator, influencer. I don't. I've always maintained that I just want my core group of people. And I want to eventually, with the things that I learn, and once I become better and I find edge, I want to take that and educate people. And whatever comes from that comes from that. But that's just the reality of things. Not you unsubbing. Bye. No. Seen it happening on the Trading 47 Accounts live chat. Zusi is an ICT trader that charges $15,000 for his mentorship. And that's insane. Because if you're an ICT trader, why are you charging for a mentorship? It's ICT, right? But like I said, most people who trade ICT don't actually trade ICT. Caught you live. Hope all is well. Good morning, One Stop Trader. I don't even know why I'm still here. No, I'm just kidding. He bought a 26 G's. Show us them tits. I'm weak. No, that even in the gaming community, I remember this guy. It was one day I had on one of these, a little camisole, right? And I didn't purposely put it low or anything like that. I blocked that dude so goddamn on fast, baby. We're not here for that. I'm a shooter. Okay, watch me shoot these people. Watch me end this game with 2,000 damage. What's wrong with you? We're not here for my titties. Are you well? When I'm consistent with coach streaming, I'm with it. I'm down. Because that's literally the only reason I'm here. Show people it's not easy. Okay. Even as my affiliate commissions increase, you didn't see me change anything. You didn't see me out here buying a bunch of accounts. Like, I don't got time for that shit. That's not what I'm here for. You've seen me with these same couple of accounts, no matter what. You don't see me trying to just push. I genuinely, and this might sound crazy as hell because this is why we're all here to get payouts, to be consistent. Well, not everybody's here to be consistent, but we're all here in the prop firm industry to get payouts. I don't want payouts right now. You're not going to see me do certain things just so, like, I know how to go and get payouts, but I don't want to do that. For what? Because then it becomes an addiction of, can I just be good enough for these 5 days, for these 8 days, so I can get some money? Like, no, I don't want to do that. Because once I get my first payout, I want it to be something that continues time after time after time. Why? Because I'm getting better and better and better. That is what I want. That's it. The thumbnail says it all. Me too, live from the truck, period. I'm all about collaboration, especially when you're collaborating with people who are on the same wavelength as you. I cannot collaborate with people who are like complete degens and they're okay with being degens. They're okay with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of accounts and stuff. Like, all right, I'm finna prove to y'all. I'm finna prove something to y'all. Hold on. I really hate this goddamn on 2-factor authentication crap. But because on your on the thing up there that shows my accounts, I can manipulate that to show whatever account number I want it to show. However, comma, is this what I'm looking for? That's not what I'm looking for. Oh, this thing is what I'm looking for. Oh, like what the fuck? Look, I literally still have my second and third PAs. Legit. And I got these off of my 26th and 27th evals. My current active eval is number 28. And that's legit only because Trade-of-8 continues to increase the number every time you get, even if it renews. Rhythmic didn't do that. But I bought my first account in May of 2022. Does that not tell you that I am here to learn and do things the right way? While driving 80. Okay, we ain't doing that part. No. But no, legit. I don't want to be a DGen. I never have wanted to. I bet you I have spent less money in 3 years. Now, granted, when I first got my first accounts with Apex, I wasn't trading them half the time, like whatever. But it's just, the point is, in almost 3 years, I've only had 28 evals. And it would have been less than that if I would have never switched to Trade-of-8. Legit. It is very clean, Diego, and I wish other companies would do it that way. Like, I even like how it has your account number and then the account, what number account it is. I like that way better because these other companies just have TDY and a whole bunch of letters and numbers, and it's just too much. But yeah, I really wish other companies would do what Apex does. It would be pretty nice. Pretty freaking nice. But yeah. Oh, excuse me. Exactly. Exactly. Look at that up there. It's so because basically, on the affordable indicators, you could just like say, hey, like remove my account number, but then have everything else. And that's why the Apex is so clean. I can't do that with the other companies because the account numbers are just all over the place. So it's just like whatever. But I just hide my account number because you just never know. I don't know if somebody can end up hacking you with that. I don't know. But just know, like, I'm in the 14,000s. That's how long I've been with Apex. But yeah, I definitely wish other companies would do the same thing. But they don't. They don't, unfortunately. But all right, you guys. That's it for me. I need to get the hell on. I have quite a bit to do today. Especially with this trying to figure out how to like compress this and like oversimplify this without getting rid of edge. Because technically today, even with the one trade that I took, I should have been green, but that's all right. Volatility was high. I don't even know how that damn order got put down there, but it's cool. I'm not even gonna complain. It just is what it is. But we had a really good discussion today, and I'm glad that you guys partook. Is that a word? Partook. We're going to make it a word if it's not. But I thank you guys for tuning into the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please like the video on your way if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Tell the market to be nice and calm tomorrow, please. I would like that. Bye, guys.